Concerns that the regional integration process is being compromised. That's our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Monday, February 26. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Nicole Best. Good evening. CARICOM leaders began a two-day intercessional summit in Haiti on Monday amid concerns that the regional integration movement is being fractured by some countries not adhering to decisions taken behind closed doors. Grenada's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, told the opening ceremony that regional leaders must stick to decisions taken during the summit in order to deepen the 45-year-old grouping. Mitchell says they cannot continue to agree on positions among themselves, then publicly push a different agenda. He said while discussing the issue of unity within the grouping, they must highlight their failure as a body to commit to a unified position while abiding by the principles of non-interference on the political challenges of neighboring Venezuela. While he made no mention of any particular country, in recent weeks the United States has stepped up its efforts to ostracize the Nicolas Maduro government in Caracas and has sought the assistance of CARICOM in that regard. Earlier this month, the U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson visited Jamaica, and the two countries later appealed to Venezuela to uphold human rights and allow for free and fair elections in the South American country. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown has given his party's vote. He's been given his party's vote of confidence to lead it into the general election he has called for March 21st. He was returned unopposed as leader of the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, the ABLP, at its national convention on Sunday, a day after announcing the election date at the launch of the party's campaign. Parliament was dissolved on Monday and the writ of election will be issued on Tuesday, but Brown did not give a date for nomination day. At the campaign launch, the Prime Minister explained why he decided to call the election long before it's constitutionally due in 2019.
Our primary focus for calling elections early is not about politics. It is about your development. I want you to understand what is happening in this country today. Presently, we have approximately $1.5 billion of investment programmed for 2018. Just for this year alone, $1.5 billion. That's right. My dear people, we have to protect that. We have to protect those investments from those who seek to burn this country into ashes.
On Sunday at the party's convention, Brown expressed confidence of a second consecutive ABLP victory at the polls, but he urged candidates to start canvassing immediately if they wanted to ensure they got the 17 seats up for grabs in the vote.
So again, let us not take anything for granted. Let us not allow complacency or overconfidence to creep in. We have it in our hands. Let us hold on to this victory. In fact, I have a feeling that March 21st, 2018 will be a great day for this institution. I have a feeling that on March 21st, 2018, that it will be 17-0.
Along with the two main political parties, that's the ABLP and the United Progressive Party, the UPP, the newly formed Democratic National Alliance and the Antigua and Barbuda True Labour Party plan to contest the elections. Meantime, responding to the election announcement, leader of the main opposition UPP, Harold Lavelle, said the government had failed to deliver on its 2014 promises, deeply disappointing even the die-hard supporters of the ruling party. He said residents never enjoyed the benefits of low oil prices globally or the revenues from the Citizenship by Investment program. Lavelle also lamented that under the ABLP administration, Antigua and Barbuda fell on the happiness index, crashed on the nutrition scale, and sank on every other meaningful indicator of prosperity. Staying on the election front, Grenada's main opposition National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has warned of possible electoral fraud in the upcoming March 13 general election, and it's renewing a call for a national debate with Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell ahead of the polls. NDC leader Nazim Burke told a party rally on Sunday night that he had been reliably informed that people would be brought into the island from the United States to cast ballots. He said the party has been receiving very detailed information about plans to bring 3 chartered plane loads of people to vote in the upcoming elections. Meantime, Burke has also challenged Mitchell to debate him on national issues before Grenadians cast their votes. He says he wants the Prime Minister to go before the people and discuss the issues affecting their lives. In Venezuela, official registration began on Monday for the presidential elections carded for April 22nd. Embattled President Nicolas Maduro announced that he will register his candidacy on Tuesday, but has called on Venezuelans to rally this week in support of the elections. His appeal comes amid opposition calls to boycott the government. The opposition coalition Democratic Unity Roundtable has signaled that it will not be participating in the poll, but a number of independent candidates have indicated that they will, including an evangelical pastor Xavier Bertucci, who said he would bring Jesus to Venezuela. In other news, the Ministry of Finance in Trinidad and Tobago is distancing itself from the launch of a digital currency in the Twin Island Republic. It says it has not endorsed either the launch of a barter coin exchange or an initial coin offering, and it is warning the public to be cautious. We get more in this report from Alicia Boucher of TV6 News.
Fraud is sometimes a concern with investments, and the digital currency system being introduced to the country is no different. The Ministry of Finance and the Security Exchange Commission issued their warnings on Friday to the public, stating categorically that they have not endorsed the barter coin exchange or an initial coin offering referred to as an ICO. The warning highlighted that it creates an environment for heightened potential fraud, as the products and the people selling them may not be subjected to regulations, exposing investors to fraud. This can also result in liquidity risks, leaving investors vulnerable to dramatic price changes and the possibility that they may not be able to exit with their monies invested. Another issue the government says is the cross-border distribution risks, where the investor may be operating the ICO outside of the investor's jurisdiction, and in the event of a collapse, getting back the money invested might be very difficult. Now Barter Coin Exchange Limited says its base is in the country.
Tonight, colleagues, you too have an opportunity to be an angel investor in Barter Coin Exchange Limited, headquartered here in Trinidad and Tobago.
However, on the website of the company, which is founded by Australian Robert Tiddy, the only contact as well as location given is based in New York. Calls to the number listed yielded a voice message saying, "Welcome to Bartercoin." The site also has an ICO carded for March 1st, but the CEO of the company said on Saturday that no such thing will be done unless the government is comfortable with it. The SEC says it has not to date approved any initial coin offering, adding that any ongoing offerings are unregulated and speculative investments with considerable risk to the investor.
Still to come in Caribbean Newsline, police in Jamaica launch a major offensive against criminal gangs and gang leaders. That story and more after the break. Stay with us.
Come and experience fun, meet with amazing people, and enjoy fantastic food at the 22nd Annual Seconds Music Festival. 5 days of festivities from June 27th to July 1st of 2018, with main stage performances from the 28th to the 30th. Here's the first wave of confirmed acts. The legendary Patti LaBelle, Queen of Dancehall, Spice, Miss Lauryn Hill, Many more acts to be announced. Book now and save the date. For more information, log on to SaintKidsMusicFestival.net. The St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
Come, sail with us through our ocean blues, where there's a blessed land that's waiting for you. Shh, look, listen, feel. Realize your dream escape that's magically surreal. The best kept secret, a place you'll never forget, where adventure beckons with every gentle footstep. From lush mountain green to warm volcanic sand, submerged in splendor, our 32 enchanting islands. A kaleidoscope of experiences. No need to look anymore. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Caribbean you're looking for.
The Police High Command in Jamaica has launched a major offensive against criminal gangs and gang leaders behind the rising violence across the country. Under the 90-day anti-crime initiative, lawmen have also launched investigations against persons who have been financing and facilitating the gangs. Acting Police Commissioner Clifford Blake says the decision to go that route came out of a police retreat 2 weeks ago when it was decided that deployment of police officers in public spaces and in hotspot areas would be significantly improved to reduce indiscipline and disorder. Several wanted men have already been arrested and illegal guns seized in the crackdown. The initiative comes against the background of more than 200 murders in Jamaica since the start of the year. Now that's a 17% increase over the corresponding period last year. Still in Jamaica, there's mounting concern about the safety of health workers at the Falmouth Hospital in Trelawney following an attack by relatives and friends of an accident victim who died at the institution while undergoing treatment. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has condemned the attack, as has the Nurse Association of Jamaica. Shamela Mitchell of TVJ News reports that stones and bottles rained down on the accident and emergency department on Sunday.
This glass door to the accident and emergency department was shattered by bottles and stones thrown by the irate friends of 34-year-old Dwayne Faulkner, who died following a motor vehicle crash. Hospital staff were forced to run for cover. 3 of them were injured in the attack. It's reported that shortly after 6 o'clock, 5 victims of a motor vehicle crash were rushed to the hospital for treatment following the mishap along the Martha Braid Main Road. Mr. Faulkner died while undergoing treatment. His relatives and friends say his death could have been prevented if he was treated faster. It's why they decided to take matters into their own hands. Chairman of the Falmouth Hospital, Kenneth Grant, says while he sympathizes with the relatives of the deceased, he condemns the attack.
The damage, as you can see, to the A&E area, and 3 members of staff were injured in the melee. But what I have to say is that we cannot, as Jamaicans, everything we turn to violence. We don't believe in mediation and discussing matter and have it resolved. I know the members of staff must have did all their best to save the life of the person that died.
Mr. Grant says additional security will be put in place to protect staff at the Type C facility.
Security will be put in place to secure property and to secure members of staff, both security and medical staff. Measures will be put in place. But I just hope that we don't have a repeat and that people, think before they act.
Now to news from our partners over at France Carré Broadcast. The scandal surrounding the use of the pesticide chlordecone, chlordecone, has resurfaced after the public broadcast of a report on the dramatic consequences of the use of the chemical. The product was used in the 80s in the banana industry in the French-speaking islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe, even though it was banned in the United States and Europe. Reports coming out of Guadeloupe are that rivers are still polluted by the pesticide, and medical experts in Martinique say they are seeing the effects of the pesticide in children, mainly in puberty. The pesticide is also known to cause an increase in prostate cancer in men. Ministers of Agriculture and Health from the two islands visited France to discuss measures to deal with the pesticide and to protect the population from the effects of the pesticide. We get more in this special report from our friends at France Carré Broadcast.
The image is beautiful because it is rare. 3 ministers received at the Ministry of Overseas almost all Antillean parliamentarians just before the Council of Ministers. The meeting lasts a little over an hour. At the exit, no declaration of the government.
Everything went well with strong government commitments, you'll see.
Appointment is therefore made, especially to return on the increase of the famous MRL, the maximum limitation of residues of chlordecone in food, a limitation increased in secrecy in 2013.
I think that the minister felt that we were tired of dealing with the subject of a microscope and that we really had to take the problem in a more comprehensive way, because we are dealing with a population that's really very anxious. This debate was very tensor and very direct, so the principle of a moratorium of the MRL was adopted.
While all elected officials welcome the government's approach, some are skeptical about the proposals that could be made with the lack of European and national funding for the continuation of the Chlordecone Plan 3.
Does it mean that it's still with money from Guadeloupe and Martinique that we will finance the Chlordecone 3 plan when we are the main victims? It's absolutely important that the government treats this problem as seriously as possible.
Since 2014, 30 million euros have already been invested in this third plan, but it is difficult for the current government to say very clearly what they have served.
My concern above all is to make everything we know public. We need full transparency. I think that will reassure. And that is why I'm asking for a report from independent experts for the scientific research links chlordecone and disease.
The government has not committed to additional resources granted to the current plan, just wants it to make it more efficient and more transparent.
We thank our partners over at France Carré Broadcast for that report, and we encourage you to join us every Monday for news from the French West Indies. And ahead in Newsline Sport, a renewed call for a proper governance structure for Cricket West Indies. The details when we return. Stay with us.
Come, sail with us through our ocean blues, where there's a blessed land that's waiting for you. Shh, look, listen, feel. Realize your dream escape that's magically surreal. The best kept secret, a place you'll never forget, where adventure beckons with every gentle footstep. From lush mountain green to warm volcanic sand, submerged in splendor, our 32 enchanting islands. A kaleidoscope of experiences. No need to look anymore. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Caribbean you're looking for.
Come and experience fun, meet amazing people, and enjoy fantastic food at the 22nd Annual St. Music Festival. 5 days of festivities from June 27th to July 1st of 2018, with main stage performances from the 28th to the 30th. Here's the first wave of confirmed acts. The legendary Patti LaBelle, Queen of Dancehall, Spice, Miss Lauryn Hill, Many more acts to be announced. Book now and save the date. For more information, log on to StKidsMusicFestival.net. The St. Kitts Music Festival, an experience like no other.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is renewing a call for a proper governance structure for Cricket West Indies, CWI. The Grenadian leader and former chairman of the CARICOM's Subcommittee on Cricket Governance has been at the forefront of efforts to restructure the CWI and has endorsed the recent Barito report, which in 2016 recommended the immediate dissolution of the embattled cricketing body. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the two-day CARICOM Intersessional Heads of Government Summit in Haiti on Monday, he took aim at the David Cameron-led board, saying that its style of leadership has led cricket to what it is today.
Colleagues, I was heartened by the recommendations of the Prime Minister's Subcommittee on Cricket, which, among other things, recognized that the public good nature of West Indies cricket requires the forging of governance framework that respects the rules and independence mandated by the ICC, but which also provides a proper framework for all stakeholders in the governance of West Indies cricket. Colleagues, we must move beyond entrenched, polarized positions which have not been helpful to the re-emergence of West Indies cricket supremacy.
Mitchell urged heads of government to press the regional cricket body to adopt the recommendations of CARICOM's Subcommittee on Cricket Governance.
I urge the chairman of the subcommittee and my very good friend Ralph Gonzalez to seriously re-examine the recommendations and champion our approach to addressing these issues so that West Indies cricket does not continue to wallow in the land of underperformance and mismanagement. We note they are now involved in a playoff for a place in a game that we were at the highest level not long ago.
Windward Islands Volcanoes held their nerves to beat defending champions Barbados Pride by 3 wickets in a dramatic regional Super 50 final late Saturday and lift the domestic 50 overs title for the first time in 5 years. Pride, opting to bat first, were held to 232 for 9 of their 50 overs. Left-handed Jonathan Carter top scored with 80 from 108 deliveries. Roston Chase chipped in with 44 and Captain Craig Brathwaite 30, but Pride collapsed from a promising position of 140 for 2 in the 32nd over. Left-arm pacer Obed McCoy, left-arm spinner Larry Edward and off-spinner Shane Shillingford all finished with 2 wickets each.
Through the gate, attempted big shot. Omar Phillips, well, he will not make an impact with the bat in this final. Oh, that's punched over the top brilliantly. Oh, that was sweet timing. That could be out. They are gone for the third umpire, but that looks like Brathwaite could be found wanting.
At the moment the bail comes off, the foot is planted. Does it lift the foot afterwards? Okay, he's given him out.
Doesn't really spin the ball much. He allows Carter this type of shot, and that is brilliance on show. Kevin Hodge, yet again, this man is making his mark. Drakes and those young all-rounders, and he's bowled. That is a brilliant delivery. Bounce, turn, and a bit of drift. Well, that's gone high in the air. This is a chance for catch. Catch taken. Free of Coolidge. That's in the air again, and what a catch! What a sensational catch! Alec Atenez showing his youth, flying in the air, plucking this one out.
He's hit the target. Quite nicely bowled. And the Barbados Pride finished on 232 for 9.
Volcanoes got the winning runs when debutant Alec Athenaeus drove pacer Shamar Springer to the cover boundary with 3 balls remaining in the encounter. The 19-year-old left-handed ended on a runner ball 23 not out, adding a vital 31 with captain Shane Shillenford, who got 7 not out in an unbroken 8-wicket partnership. Roland Cato had earlier top scored with 54, while Kavim Hard stroked 39 and all-rounder Kyle Mears 32. Left-arm pacer Dominic Drakes was the best bowler with 3 for 38.
He comes down the track again and he hits straight again, and the result is the same. Devon Smith is in the air, down to, oh, that's a brilliant catch. Shamar Springer, wonder if we'll see the chest roll, we might not. Devon Smith, who came down the pitch. Oh, he's bowling. Jonathan Carter, top scorer, and now getting a vital breakthrough. And I think that he's made up for that. I think that could be out. Kirk Edwards has not even waited around. And the umpire has given him no need to go up the stairs. Oh, that's hit over middle wicket. That disappears into the stands. Is that out? The umpire sends him on his way. Oh, that's a loud shout and he's gone. Cato goes hard and gets a crucial wicket. That's gone high and it's gone over the boundary. That's gone for 6. Got him. What were you thinking, Kyle Mears?
Squeezed away through the offside. Alec Athenaeus, the young player, with the moment. That's the winning shot. What a moment it is for the Winwood Islands Volcanoes. They take the title from the defending champions, Barbados Pride.
And that's the sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now understand that what you now see here in this area is absolutely nothing to compare with what David Carrington and the workmen came upon at this point of time in the cave. Yet another challenging job which these brave men sought to overcome and were successful in doing so. It was a very narrow passage through which the explorers, Tony Mason, Ole Sorensen, and of course the enslaved crawl to reach all the way down to Cascade Pool.